the Democratic Party, we're going to send them a message. We're going to let out a battle cry here in just a minute. And I'm going to get Philip to come up here. Philip, I want the socialist Democrats who have taken away our liberties to see the people in this room and let them know that we, the people, will not have our rights trampled on. And we're going to start over here. We're going to let out a battle cry. And I want you to yell as loud as you can. Ready? Go. Now we're going to yell out USA. Are you ready? USA! 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 That's right. That's what we got to do. Listen, I want people to see, because some people couldn't make it today. We want them to see the amount of support that you guys have for America, for the Constitution, and for our freedoms. Not just for us, but for our kids. For our kids and for our grandkids. Everything is on the line right now. Everything is on the line. So I need you guys, and I thank you first of all for showing up today. We have to show up. We have to show up in November. This November and next November. I want to tell you a quick little story. This actually happened to me today. As we were preparing for the event, I couldn't find my sunglasses. So I had my security team with me. And I want to thank my security team. He's right here. Y'all raise your hand. We've got so many security team on our force right now who have volunteered their time and their services to be here today, and they guard and protect me when I'm in public and make sure I'm okay. So I had to go to Chesterfield Town Center today to get a pair of sunglasses. And the first thing I do is I walk in the door, and every place you look, it says, mandatory, mask required. Why is the government telling me what I can and cannot do? Well, y'all know me. I don't back down, I double down. So I walked right past that sign because I will not comply with a tyrannical mandate by our government. Will not happen. And if we don't start pushing back now, they're just testing the waters to see what you're willing to put up with. They already put a cage over our Capitol back in January because they thought they could cage us like animals. They did that to our Capitol. And now they want to silence us by putting masks over our face. You know what? I'm all for the mask. For the liberals. Put a mask on every last one of them because I don't want to hear what they have to say. Let's make Virginia great again. Let's put all the masks on the liberals. And on those trolls on my Facebook page, this is for you. So I kept walking, and I walked over and I saw the sunglass section. And I started trying on sunglasses. And this guy came over to me and he said, "Where's your mask?" And I said, "I don't have one." And he's like, "I'm going to give you a mask." And I said, "No, I don't want a mask. I don't need a mask." And he said, "Yes, you do. I'm going to call security if you don't get a mask." And I said, "You go for it. You call your security. I'm waiting." It happened. So right over the loudspeaker, in case you were in Macy's today, and you heard security being called over the loudspeaker, that was for me. Because I won't back down. when somebody is trying to infringe on my freedoms, my personal liberties. I will not back down for tyrants, socialists, liberals. That's not all, it gets good. So the security guy from Macy's comes over to the desk where we're standing, and he goes, "Ma'am, you must wear a mask." And I said who? Who said I had to wear a mask? Governor Northam, who won't even wear a mask when he's the one calling for the order? Governor Maskface? He won't even wear one. It's not important enough to him to wear one. Why should I? That's called a double standard, and I'm not buying that. So the security guy steps forward toward me, and I just love my security. They are so awesome. I wish I could have seen this. This would have made a really good scene in the movie. He steps in between us like this. Honey, I haven't told you this story yet. This is fresh. He steps in between me. All right, we replayed this story over lunch. I just love this. I was like, you were so good. Oh my gosh. You were so good, Art. The security guy from the mall got a little scared, and I said, I'm not wearing a mask. And I took out my phone, and I encourage you. I got a note from my doctor that said I'm not wearing a you-know-what mask. And I had it on my phone, I had it prepared, I had it taken care of this week, because we gotta be smart. I'm allergic to masks, by the way. So I took out my doctor's note and I said, I'm not wearing a mask, there you go. And by the way, in this executive order, it also has a provision, an exception for those with disabilities. It's called the Disabilities Act of 1975. Have you read it yet? Apparently he hadn't. So I pointed it out to him. Friends, I'm telling you, you better keep a copy of that executive order in your purse. Get a note from your doctor. You need to push back. Don't comply. The first thing they're going to do is make you wear a mask and deny you business. I showed him that, and the security guy walked away. Just like that, I wanted to drop the mic. I wanted to do the dance. I was like, I won this victory today. This victory is mine. I won the mask war today in Virginia, in Chesterfield County. I sent him walking back. And then I went over to the little sassy sales clerk, and I said, I want to buy these glasses. Hi. You want to take check or cash or credit? Because I got both. And I bought those sunglasses. And every time I reach out and grab those sunglasses and put them on, I think about my sweet victory today. It's almost like my sunglasses are my trophy now. My trophy for pushing back against a tyrannical government that wants to silence me and put a mask over my face. God help him. And I'm preparing, because as you guys know, on Tuesday, the 18th of August, I'm supposed to go back into session. And I ain't wearing no mask, y'all. I have informed the clerk of the Senate I will not be wearing a mask. Gave them plenty of heads up. I ain't wearing your mask. Because somebody's got to stand up. Somebody's got to fight this. And yes, I do believe we should unify and be Republicans, but I'm tired of those weak-kneed Republicans caving in and giving in. No more giving in. Stop compromising. There's a reason I have the highest score in the Senate. It's called you double down. You don't back down, you double down. And when they say that they want to take your monuments, you don't let them. And when I'm governor of Virginia, I'm putting them back. Because I don't believe you erase history. You learn from it. And let me just tell you something. I had something else happen today. Had something else happen. I got a phone call from my son, Daniel. Daniel is going off to Liberty University in a couple weeks. Smart kid, number 15 in his class, didn't want to go to any other college or university but Liberty University. Could have gone anywhere. He didn't want to be indoctrinated. And his girlfriend is leaving tomorrow. She's going to VCU. And she got a book. And it's required reading. And in this book, my son read it and he got upset. And he called me up and he's like, Mom, look what they're forcing the kids at VCU to read. It's mandatory. Mandatory. And he started reading it to me, and they're slamming Republicans and blaming us for the race issue in Virginia. It's no wonder we send our conservative kids off to college, and they come home and they don't even know their name. They don't know which way is up. They don't know which way is down, because they're going off and we're sacrificing to send our kids to school thinking that they're going to get a brighter future. And they're indoctrinating them, and they're turning against them our conservative values, our conservative Christian values. Let me tell you what I'm going to do for Governor of Virginia, and I hope the liberals are taking note, because this is going to happen. I'm going to have an 800 number and a call center. That's right. I used to run call centers, by the way. There's going to be an 800 number, and you're going to give it to all the college students in Virginia and their parents. And if you have a professor that gives a test, and this actually happened, y'all. You have a college like VCU that gives this book to our kids and forces it on them and says it's mandatory reading, they're going to call the 800 number. Just going to happen to come back to me. And I'm going to call the college president and I'm going to say, do you want to keep your state funding for your school? Do you want to keep the state funding for your school? Because if you're going to indoctrinate our kids, you can do that on your own dime. You will not do it on taxpayer money. That is indoctrination. And I will not put up with that in the state in which I live. There was a college professor at Radford University teaching a sociology class. I had one of the students who's a constituent of mine to fax me a copy of that exam. And in that exam, one of the questions was, what does Make America Great Again mean? You know what the answer was? A return to white supremacy. Can you believe that? That is not what Make America Great Again means. But that's what these kids are being taught. Not only in our colleges and our universities, but our public schools. They're starting young now. Our kids are being taught to hate America, to not have patriotism. They're taught to kneel and to apologize for the color of their skin. We must get new leadership in that governor's mansion. We must win this coming 2020 with Bishop Leon Benjamin and Daniel Hayes and Nick Freitas and John Collick in the 3rd District, Rob Whitman, all those folks that are running. And as many of you all know, I know how to win some races. It's what I used to do. I know how to win. And I agreed to coach every last candidate that's running this year. I will coach them to a victory. All they have to do is accept the help. That's all they got to do. And I will help them. Friends, it's easier to look at someone else and say, what are you going to do? Look at the elected officials and say, what are you going to do? But the question that I'm asking you is, what is we the people going to do to capture our great Commonwealth back? What are we going to do? Yes, you can vote for those who are on the slate this year. Vote for me next year. But let me tell you what you can do. It's the little things, y'all. Don't be afraid. Stand up for your right. If we all refuse, let's pick a week in August and say, if you and follow me on my Senator Manichates, because we're going to do this. We're going to pick a couple weeks. I need y'all to stock up on your goods and your services, your toilet paper, all you need. We're going to pick 2 weeks and we're going to boycott all the businesses that are making us wear these masks. And we're going to say, you make us wear masks, we're not coming there. We have got to push back on the governor and all these elected officials that are trying to control our lives in every way we can. You, every person in here, wear your Trump hat, wear your Chase hat, make the liberals cry. Every time they see that Trump hat, it makes them cry. Let them cry. Don't hide. I can't tell you the number of people. This is a real story. Y'all like my stories, I'm getting you. I have a good friend that owns a business, and they let me put a 4x8 out front whenever I was running for Senate. And these little liberal crybabies go up to them and say, I'm not going to come to your business if you put that sign up. You know what they did? They had a choice. I'm going to leave that sign up and maybe lose some business, but I might get more business because I'm really standing for a true patriot here. Right? And I have had friends in business that did that. They took one of my 4x8s, got my face plastered all over it, they put it up at their business, and they just they told the liberals, if you don't want to do business, go somewhere else. Because I'm supporting Amanda Chase. Because she's going to stand up and fight for our businesses. Or I will tell you one of my other friends who I still love. I still love you if you don't got a background. I'll still love you, but you're not being a patriot when you do this next thing. This next business, they put up a 4x8 for me. It's got my face on it. They got a bunch of liberals calling in and saying, I'm not going to do business if you keep up that Chase sign. And they got a weak moment. They were like, we're afraid. We're afraid. We might lose some business if I put up a sign for you. And they took my 4x8 down, made me come and get it. And you know what I told them? This is what I told them. I said, you are a coward. Told them just like that. Because y'all know I'm really politically correct. I said, I love you, but you are a coward. You are a coward. You have kowtowed to the left agenda, and you've not stood up for me, who is fighting for you. And if you don't fight for me, and I don't get in there because people don't know I'm running, how can I defend and help you? It works both ways. We got to stop being afraid, folks. We got to stop being afraid that they're going to slash our tires. You can't be afraid. Put that bumper magnet on your car. Put that hat on your head. The liberals are doing it. I am going to be a loudmouth conservative. They don't like my mouth. They've tried to do everything, y'all. They bullied me. They took my seniority seat in the Senate. They put me over in the corner. Tried to humiliate me. They tried to take away 3 of my 4 committee assignments, and I said, you just gave me more time to run for governor. We're going to do this. Because I have a feeling the people in this room are sick and tired of being sick and tired. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired?
Sick and tired. Sick and tired.
So listen, there are a couple things you need to do. There are a couple things you need to do. First of all, talk to your friends. And you've got to tell them about this election. We got to get Bishop Benjamin elected. And I want you to work a poll this coming election. I want you to call this week the registrar's office, and I want you to call a liberal county, and I want you to tell them that you want to come work for them on election day. All right? Y'all know where I'm going with this? Go work for a liberal Democrat precinct, where you know where they are. Go to Fairfax. Go work in their registrar's office. Sign up to work part-time. We've got to be in the registrar's office so we can make sure no shenanigans are going on in these Democratic strongholds. You watch the election on election night, all of Virginia comes in red. But where? Northern Virginia. We need to send some missionaries to Northern Virginia this coming November to work in the registrar's office and make sure those shenanigans don't take place. Don't put it off. I want you to call next week. That's homework assignment number 1. Assignment number 2. I want you to host a meet and greet. And I want you to let Debbie know before you leave, I'm willing to host a meet and greet. And I'm going to invite all my friends over. We're going to do a tailgate. We're going to do it on a private property so that they can't, last night we went to Louisa County at the Dunsboro Inn and had a fantastic time until the health department called and shut us down and said, you can't have your event there. That's what they're doing. They're trying to cancel. It's a cancel culture. So we got to be smart about it. It's why we did it on a private venue. It's why we got our own plane and brought our own people here. Make sure you can meet Ted Nugent tonight. We got to be smart. But we can do it. Because they know when you meet our candidates who are on the ballot, and you meet them face to face and you see that they're standing for liberty, they know you're going to vote for them. And we've got to continue to campaign full speed ahead. This year and next year. Got to do both. The next thing I want you to do, we have a table out back. You can buy t-shirts, you can buy hats, you can get yard signs. We're actually pre-ordering for the big ones, the 4x4s and the 4x8s. We're doing pre-orders tonight. They're right there in the back. If you turn around over here, you'll see them right in the back over there. If there are going to be some lines, if you don't want to wait line, you can actually go online. Go to chase4va.com and we have an online store. And you can go buy something in our store. We are running our campaign like a business. So get your campaign paraphernalia. The next thing I want you to do is share our Senator Amanda Chase Facebook page and our Chase for Governor Facebook page with all of your friends. I want you to go to the Chase for Governor page for your city and your county because we have one for every single city, every single county in the Commonwealth. And we're going to organize virtually, not just for my campaign, not just for Bishop's campaign, but we're going to take this on to attorneys so that we can keep Virginia red. When we win this November and next November, we're going to keep that red wave until we have completely taken back over the Senate, the House, and the Governor's Mansion. So help me God, we're going to do it. Listen, everyone, I so appreciate you guys being here today. To walk in here and see so many amazing people here in the midst of a healthcare crisis, which I don't do COVID anymore. We got our work cut out for it, but we're going to do it. We are going to do it. And tomorrow, I'm going to be in Chesterfield speaking again at Tim Anderson's class. I'm going to be going to Harrisonburg, which is Newmarket area. I'm going to be there. Thursday and Friday, I'm going to be in all the parts of Southwest Virginia for the 3rd weekend in a row. I want Southwest Virginia to know Amanda Chase cares about Southwest Virginia, and it counts just as much as every other part of Virginia. I'm sick and tired of the tail wagging the dog. Northern Virginia has determined the policy of our state for far too long. And I want to make sure every city and county in the state of Virginia understands that their voices will be heard. All right, you guys. So we're going to be in Southwest Virginia next weekend. Follow the schedule. Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday I'm coming back to Richmond. Then I'm going back to Roanoke. And then I'm going to Spotsylvania to watch my car. Y'all saw my stock car chase. Amanda Chase stock car. Did y'all see that? Number 4. Did you know that we won both races? Came in first place. Thank you, Kenny Blankenship and team. I believe it's prophetic. We're going to win once this year, and we're going to win again next year. So we're going to be in Spotsylvania County at Dominion Raceway next Saturday night. And then Sunday, we have a whole lot of events lined up for Sunday as well. Our schedule is going to be posted every Monday and every Thursday and Friday. So you know the events that are coming up and you can share them with your friends. And I got a lot of people on Facebook saying, I want you to come to Harrisonburg. I want you to come to Virginia Beach. I want you to come to all parts of Virginia. Invite me and I will come. I promise. That's right. I'm just going to close with this. I want to thank the band tonight, Double Down. Didn't they do a great job?